I think if people really feel like they can't be successful online students, then that's a really smart thing to know about yourself. And you want to try to put yourself into a circumstance where you think that you'll be successful. But I would challenge students, I think, uh, many of us had a bad experience, the teachers who were thrust into it quickly. But I have hopes that this fall it's going to be more organized, better trained, more thoughtful, and so more from the professor, more from the student. We may be able to get it done.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's cool that the school that you teach at, Mitchell Hamlin, that they actually have a lot of experience with this because you can really see what it looks like to have law school online when you're not figuring it out on the fly like all schools were in spring semester 2020. I think fall semester will be
That's
a
exactly right.
relatively better experience. And then let's say, fingers crossed, this doesn't happen, but what if there are second and third waves of coronavirus and even a long time, even like a year from now, it were still an issue in some circumstances. If they had to be online, they might know how to handle it much better. But I like that you called out the pros and cons because I think that on the one hand, we could say the online experience might not be as good. On the other hand, there could be ways in which it's more convenient and better for the student who's much more engaged and driven and willing to forego having a real high school like experience in a tight knit community on campus, especially if you have family obligations or tied geographically to one location for some other reason as well, like going to school part time potentially. But as you also said, next cycle for those who are applying this fall to start in fall 2021, as I know many of my students are, if not all of them, it's going to be more competitive because, like in many recessions, people look to wait it out by going to law school. So I do think that given lower opportunity cost with fewer career options, fewer job options, especially if you graduated in this past May of 2020, it's gonna, what else are you going to be doing, right? So I think that for many students, they would want to go now if they could, but if not, hey, either way, as we said, earlier in our conversation, like getting a higher LSAT score, regardless, can only improve your options. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.